And don't think this is by chance. It ain't by chance you pulled them over here and got another flyer. You know what I mean? Right, brother? It's spiritual, right? Everything's spiritual. You know, give me Romans 7:14. Everything's spiritual, man. That's why God's law is spiritual, right? That's why the premise of what we teach when we go out here and we teach our people is God's law. Watch this.
The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
So he says we know that God's law is spiritual. That's why, like the captain was saying, man, you know, it's spiritual that you hear again, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to compel our people back to God's law. The law is spiritual. What law you learned, sis? There you go, in Deuteronomy. Now, it says God's law is spiritual. What kind of spirits you think the woman rolling in with them pants?
Some people might think I'm like a male or something.
There you go. You used the word earlier. I liked that word. It was confusion. Yeah, there'd be a little confusion there, right? My grandma didn't wear it, but there was no confusion. Our foreparents was a lot more in tune with the Most High. In fact, after generation, it's waxing worse and worse and worse. Now you look out here, it's horrible today. To where now pants is like normal. In fact, if you're not wearing pants, you wrong. Give me that one in Peter's where it say, run not with the same excess of riot. 4 and maybe 2. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, now because if you was to come out here in a dress, they gonna call you strange. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say it ain't me, it's you. You say you don't like homosexuality, they gonna think you strange. They gonna say what they call that homophobic. You homophobic. I'm homophobic. I don't want to be gay. Like, this is crazy out here. But you use another word earlier too. You were talking about witchcraft. That's why he say it ain't just the witchcraft when they in the pot stirring the stuff up and then they in there putting enchantments. No, witchcraft is the TV. Putting the ideas in our head, putting those trigger words out there. That's witchcraft. Homophobic, bro. You homophobic. Oh, you know, bro, that's witchcraft. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta know that. Give me what you got.
1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 1. For as much then as...
That's like 4 and 4.
1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Speaking evil of you. They say they think it's strange. You're not running with the same. Bro, we out here railing and kicking it and cooning. You don't want to be a coon, bro. You know what I'm saying? You like, nah, bro, I want to be no coon. Oh, bro, you weird. That's what the scriptures say. He said they think it's strange because you don't run with the same excess of riot. But that's witchcraft. You can say Jesus Christ is a black man. They'll say, oh, that's hate speech. We the real Jews. Oh, that's hate speech. That's a trigger word. Because we don't want to conform because I want to read the Bible as it is written. Watch, I'm gonna ask you a question. If I don't agree with homosexuality, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Do you believe in God? Because God doesn't agree with that. Come on, read it again.
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 4. Wherein they think it strange.
They think it's strange. Come on.
That ye run not with them to the same excess of riot.
Because you don't run with them to the same excess of riot. You don't do what they do. You're not supposed to do what they do. When I see my people out here in confusion, for example, right, for my brother, Leviticus 21:5, for my brother, right? Watch this, bro. Watch this for you. Did he bring this out to you today? Watch this. Because I want you to see how God's laws is spiritual. I want you to see it. Come on.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and verse 5.
Hey, sister, God's laws is spiritual. Check this out.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
God said we shouldn't have a bald head, right? Come on.
Neither shall thou shave off the corner of their beard.
All right, bro, you got a little beard going. You got it going, but watch this. He said you can't shave your beard. Now, watch this, bro. You a man of God. You want to be a man of God. You love God, right? We working on it. Why does God say don't shave your beard? It's only 2 people in the world that don't got beards. Who are they?
Animals.
No, humans. Only 2 types of humans. Women and children. Right? So, hey, you ever heard a brother say, hey, I want to shave my beard because I want to look young. I want to shave. I get lined up. I want to look young again. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the beard is a badge of manly dignity. It pronounces your dignity as a man. You understand what I'm saying? You take away that beard, now you look like a child or a woman. You understand what I'm saying? God say don't do it. If you go out into the wilderness, and you see a lion, how you know the difference between a male lion and a female lion? He got that mane. That lion's mane. You understand? That's why God said this is not just, I'm not just writing this down for nothing. God's law is spiritual. All right? God's law is spiritual, right? So, my sister, you believe God's law is spiritual?
Yeah.
All right, give me 2 Timothy 2 and verse 9. I'm going to show you some more spiritualness in God. Because what we out here to do, sis, we got to show our people who we are according to the Bible. So this is something you can teach your daughter, right? Look, she might not know it or not. They learn it right now. That the black, Hispanic, and Native American people, we make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? So the black man in America, we are the real Jews. The tribe of Judah, that's where it comes from. We're the real Jews. It's very important because when you're reading the Bible, you're reading our history book. Moses, let my people go, all the that's really, you know, and we know in real, we know Jesus is black, we know that. But it's different than just Jesus is black, because guess what? God's chosen people, the Israelites, they went into slavery, the Egyptian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Assyrian captivity. They went into slavery over and over again, and today, the American captivity. Except in this captivity, God's people don't know who they are. We have forgot everything about who we are. And watch this. Go ahead, read that.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So not only have we lost our heritage, our culture, right? Our knowing of who we are, right? We've lost our thing. We don't know nothing about ourselves. So we go in the Bible to teach us about ourselves. How do we come back to that level of posterity? How do we come back to having good favor with God? How do we turn this captivity around? We come back to our culture, divinely inspired in God's law. So I'm reading the law for you. So I said, read it again.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So in modest apparel, what's modest apparel, my sister? What that mean? See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's a good answer. That's a good, because we don't know. I know my wife didn't know at one time. I had to teach her. You understand what I'm saying? And if I do have a daughter, I got all boys now, but you know what I'm saying? I'd have to teach her what modest apparel is. Modest apparel is dressing in a manner that doesn't elicit sex. To be blunt, right? You dress in a way that you're not enticing somebody, you know what I'm saying, sexually. You see what I'm saying? Dressing modest. Meaning you not got the tight dress on, you ain't got your butt. You know, when you know the pants you put on in the middle, look at me like, okay, my butt look good and neat, he's cool. Those the wrong ones. That's immodest. Because why? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Well, like my sister's read. Did you know your grandma?
No.
Did you know your grandma? Did you know your grandma?
Yeah.
Did your grandma wear pants?
Yeah.
She did? That's rare. Did your grandma wear pants?
My grandma and my mom were the ones who said that my nana, before she passed, my nana, my grandma, and my mom were the ones who said not to wear pants. But I didn't know until today that you're anointing ourselves.
There you go. Because my grandma didn't wear no pants. I knew my grandma. So the point that I'm trying to make is that this is a new thing in the earth. It's popular now in America, but it's actually relatively new. It's not that old. Only a couple generations since I've been wearing pants. And in those generations, we are the worst we've ever been. Right? Read that.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So it says men and women shouldn't cross-dress. You see that, sis? So at the end of the day, you know, knowing who you are is one thing, right? We the real Jews, we the Israelites, that's who we are. That's who we are, so we be, right? You believe that? You don't believe that?
Believe what?
What's your nationality?
Italian.
You Italian?
Si.
So do you believe that the so-called black Americans in the world today are the real Jews?
I heard you a bit. I could believe it.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's believable, right? Because we're the ones that went through the curse of Deuteronomy, identified in the Bible, so it explains our history as a people, right?
But Jesus was black, so there you go.
There you go, and Jesus was black, so it all makes sense, right? Everybody know what's up, man. That's good. Hey, thank you, sis, for that, right there, that revelation, right? right? They know, you don't know. You got to figure it out, sis. You got to know for yourself. It's bigger than Jesus. Jesus is a black man. That's big. He are people. You are. Deuteronomy 7:6. It's one thing. It's like this. So think about Obama and Michelle Obama, right? She might wear pants, maybe, because she conforms to this world, but she's not. She's going to keep herself up in in a prestigious manner. You see what I'm saying? That's how every single one of our people should think. I'm prestigious. I can care about myself. I'm gonna carry myself in a particular way, right? Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above all people.
What did he say?
Above all people.
Did you know that God said you, your people, yours, us, are chosen and above all other people on the earth? Did you know that? You didn't know that, huh? Hard to believe. We in the ghettos, we in the slums, everywhere we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it hard. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I was so mad when they cut my food stamps up. I couldn't believe it. I made too much for food stamps. It changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we at the bottom. How the hell is we above all people? What is the issue? What is keeping us there? What keeps us at the bottom? Do you know?
Lack of faith, us not following God's law.
There you go. Lack of faith and us not following God's law. Do you believe that? Think about it, sis. If all of our sisters, look, one law, Deuteronomy 22:16, one law. Because if we just did this one law, Exodus 22:16, one law, watch this. Watch this. One law, it would change our communities overnight. Watch this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So that means if a man entice a maid, you talking to your sister, hey, sister, what's going on? What's happening? Y'all wind up laying down with each other. The Bible says now you got to make her, that's your wife. Y'all got to get married. Y'all got to get married. Y'all got to build a household. You got to be a father to your children. You got to be a mother to your children. Together. That's what it got to be. Have you ever been married? Have you ever been married? You got children though, right? Just when you got children? Right? So you see that? So imagine every man that laid with a woman, his purpose was to marry her. How would that change our communities? Right? Right? God's laws is the answer.
Right.
God's law is the answer. There will be no STDs. STDs come from you jump from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, the man to man to man to man to man to man. You see what I'm saying? Now you got diseases. Now you got baby mamas. Now you got Negroes funking, going to jail, getting high. Now you depressed, broken households. I'm telling you, one of the biggest problems that plague our communities is a man that don't want to do what the hell he got to do and raise his children and marry that sister, man.
Bring it out.
You understand what I'm saying? A woman that don't want to hold down her household and want to go run the streets. You understand what I'm saying? Those are some of the biggest things that plague our communities. You understand? That will turn black on black crime. We would turn a switch off on that thing. You understand what I'm saying? We would turn the switch off on that. STDs, we would turn the switch off on that thing. With one law. With one law. You see that? That's how we gotta think. We gotta think godly. We gotta come back to God. We gotta come back to the Most High. And it's the foundation of it all. It's knowing who you are. You the Israelites.
Right.
You the Israelites. You gotta know who you are. Because why would I keep God's law? Because God got something for you. God got something for you. It was prophesied in the Bible that we would be in this state. I'm gonna show you real quick. I know you gotta go. Watch this. Give me Deuteronomy 28:15. Watch this. Watch this. I know you gotta go. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
So one thing you gotta understand about this Bible, what separates this Bible from all other books on the earth, is prophecy. It's prophecy. The Bible got prophecy. It's scary. People, oh, that Bible is scary. Well, he said it was gonna happen. This thing happened. He said the Euphrates gonna dry up. He said we live in the last days. All this going on. Watch this. This is Deuteronomy 101. Watch this. Watch this. Deuteronomy 101.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
This is Moses, our forefather, talking to our people. Man, Moses talking to his people. This is our people, our forefathers. Come on, Deuteronomy 20:15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses told the people, he said, look, if we don't keep God's commandments, all these curses going to come upon you. All these bad things going to happen to you. I'm going to read one, 68. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It say, and the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again. We just came out of Egypt. Moses, we were just building the pyramid. We don't want to go back into Egypt. Egypt, old Quaker, Egypt means slavery. He said, I'm going to bring you back into slavery again, but this time,
with ships.
How you going to get there?
With ships.
Moses said, y'all going to go into slavery on cargo slave ships. That's in the Bible. The Bible said the Israelites would go into slavery on slave ships. That was a prophecy. That prophecy has now become our history. Why? Because we are the Israelites.
Right.
Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there,
when you get off those ships,
ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Well, we taking on slave ships, right? And then when them slave ships dock, like here in America, were we sold? Did that happen to us? Did that happen to us? It did. We were sold as slaves. That was in the Bible. The Bible said it would happen. Now, how do we, now I want to make sure you pay attention. How do we turn that around? What we got to do? We went into slavery for breaking God's laws. He said, look, if you don't keep my commandments, you're going to have all these bad things going to happen. I'm giving you the way to go. I'm telling you how to conduct yourself. I'm telling you what's going to make you successful. You don't do this, you make these mistakes, and you go against these laws, and here go all these bad things going to happen to you. And when you read the bad things, like we read verse 15, right? Read verse 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
I asked you, I said, God said we above all people. But you said, shoot, not where I'm at in the city. Because God said, look, cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Wherever we dwell in the city, it's going to be messed up for us, bro. Why? Because look how we conduct ourselves. Why would God give you anything? Look how we conduct ourselves. Why would God give you anything? That's what he's saying in the Bible. He said you got to dress modestly. You got to know who you are. You got to stop eating the pork, the shrimp, the crab, the lobster. He has a dietary law. We throw all that stuff behind us. We say, I want to do whatever I want to do. I want to be free. Nobody can hold me down. You can't tell me what to do. And you turn around and look and wonder why we curse at the bottom. Why we at the bottom. And go back and say, why, God, why? But the Negro, you was just on the corner selling drugs. What you mean, why you in jail? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. But sister, you was just walking the street looking like a prostitute. What you mean why you got raped? You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand there's consequences for your actions. You got to understand it. And God is showing you the proper way through the commandments of God. And when we go out of the commandments of God, like, for example, a spirit that runs rampant, homosexuality. And then what's that stuff that stuff that was getting all over the face and the genitals? Huh? Monkeypox. You know where monkeypox come from? Being homosexual. You're not supposed to take something out of somebody's butt and put it in your mouth. That's nasty. And then wonder why, that's what they doing out here. And then wonder why you got bumps all over your face and you in the hospital now on the brink of death. Where do you think AIDS come from? You understand what I'm saying? God give you the warning. Because a lot of times we think that these things happen out here just because they happen. No, they happen because God is doing it. The Most High God is behind us. So we give our people the warning, like, look, man, you got to know who you are. You got to come back to God's law because we've been taught wrong, right?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.